Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Bennett. Welcome to City Connection, a quick look at city happenings so you can dive deeper into what's going on in your community, stay informed and connected. In our first story, a multi-agency effort is underway that will help alleviate congestion and improve traffic flow at the Coast Village Road, Highway 101, and Olive Mill Road intersection.
Traffic congestion and safety prompted the need for changes around the Olive Mill Road, Coast Village Road, and North Jameson Lane area. Through a multi-agency partnership, the Olive Mill Roundabout project came to fruition.
This project is a wonderful partnership project. What we're getting from this project is a roundabout here at Coast Village, Olive Mill Road. And what that does will allow this six-legged intersection we have now to flow much more smoothly. And working with the county and SBCAG and the city, we have found a way to actually build this before we do the main 101 improvements. So that will help the staging when those improvements are happening. It will help traffic really flow through here.
The roundabout will include landscaping as part of the improvements to the existing six-legged intersection. Construction for the Olive Mill Road Roundabout project started in November 2022 and will continue through the summer of 2023. And with construction, people should expect temporary impacts to the area.
And the impacts they will see will be flagging during the morning and afternoon peak hours. We'll have flaggers out here to help people navigate their way through these intersections. We're asking that people doing regional trips stay on 101. Don't add to the traffic through here, because with all the shopping and the neighbors and everything else, this will be impacted for the next few months. Because of the traffic impacts, the northbound off-ramp will be closed for the majority of that period. And that's to allow the construction personnel and equipment to actually make those needed improvements. As everyone knows, this has very limited area here. Every square foot is important. And any reduction in traffic helps us get through that period quicker, helps the construction happen at a great pace.
The project enhances traffic operations and safety for motor vehicles, bicyclists, and pedestrians. It will reduce traffic congestion and improve mobility. Funding for this project is from the Santa Barbara County Association of Governments Highway 101 Reserve of Regional Surface Transportation Program.
I want to thank in advance, thank all the citizens and again, the city, the county, SBCAG, for all the cooperation. This is a local project, but Caltrans is able to use our contractor that's doing our main 101 work to actually make this happen now. So we're really excited about this and looking forward to this long-awaited project.
Look for the completion of the project in the summer of 2023. Since the 1960s, there has been ongoing discussions about reimagining State Street to improve the pedestrian experience and bring more life to the street amidst a changing retail environment. The latest planning effort is called Create State.
So the State Street Master Plan is a visioning phase. We're really excited about embarking on this process to think about conceptual design for the downtown area and then an implementation plan that will help make the future of State Street really great. We're wanting to get community input and buy-in, and this plan really is going to be the ultimate vision for downtown for the future.
Well, in the 70s, downtown was threatened with the loss of retail. We'd had large shopping centers built on the periphery of town, regional shopping centers being built north and south of us. So bringing back and retaining retail downtown was the goal, and that was by attracting department stores and more parking, retail activity downtown. Well, today we're faced with different challenges, but again, I think in very many ways, similarly significant challenges. The Amazon effect, the distribution of how retail is being done, essentially the loss, if you will, of pedestrian shopper goods in downtown areas. We're looking at a future which is a little unknown relative to the economic changes, the social changes, the demographic changes which are coming at us. Downtown today is on the verge of basically having to look at what's the next 20 to 40 years of challenges. How can we be most resilient basically to weather those challenges and to prosper and grow and make the downtown the vital sense of place, sense of history, sense of celebration it's always been. Right now we have a two-pronged process, right? And it's not as evident to some, but it will be over time. In the short term, right, we have an ad hoc committee of the council that's working on interim operations in the next 2 to 4 years to basically try things out and see how things work, right? That is actually identifying what things need to be addressed immediately, right? I think this process, the long-term State Street Advisory Committee process, will identify the larger vision and what the steps will be to get there over the long term. So I think the two meld together, that the short-term ad hoc will inform and advise some of the processes that we roll into the long-term vision.
It is a big job, and there's a lot of different opinions and different thoughts on what this downtown space can look like and can be. But that's the exciting part. I mean, we want to hear everybody's opinions, even if they're different, and that's what's going to make this sort of a unique and exciting experience, I think, in the long term. We'll take community input, and that will all go into what we're calling the urban design framework. So we're looking at existing conditions on the ground, what the community's vision of the space is and could be, and then that urban design framework will really start to get us to talk about conceptual designs for the long term in this space. We really want to engage people where they're at. We're here on State Street, and we'll continue to be on State Street every week, either at a tabling event or a pop-up similar to what we're doing today. But also, we're looking at going beyond just State Street in the downtown area. So this is the project space, and that's why we're here. In addition, we want to go beyond that. So you'll see us in parks, you'll see us at other community gathering spaces around the Santa Barbara area, in all different neighborhoods, really trying to hear from our community members on what they want to see.
We're getting away from essentially trying to move everybody with automobiles. We're trying to get people into multimodal transportation activities. Again, to be most resilient and effective to the challenges of the future, right? We need essentially to retool, right, where our downtown is going to be. I think it's really important that this effort basically be multi-generational. Downtown for a long time was a shopping mall, but I think downtown needs to be more than that. We're going to bring housing. We need to basically bring older people, younger people, kids back to downtown. One of the things I've really liked to see is the kids on bikes downtown. You never saw that before. And that bringing that community, our community, back to its downtown for shared activities, that's our goal, and I hope we can hang on to it. I think my hope would be a downtown master plan for State Street, which is something which can be reactive to all the challenges we're going to face within the coming decades, from climate change, from the economic changes that we're starting to see today, and in fact becomes essentially, as we've all called it, right, the living room for the community, where in fact this is where the community comes together to share their values.
For more information about the State Street Master Plan, visit statestreet.santabarbaraca.gov.
Oh no.
Hi. Oh, honey, how thoughtful of you.
You know me. Plants don't need as much water in the fall and winter, so I decided to get up early and turn it down.
You bringing your golf clubs to my mother's?
Yeah.
Take control of your controller. Turn it down.
In our last story, learn about a new online service that will allow people to pay their annual business license fee without having to come down to City Hall.
So for many years, many of our local businesses have been interested in finding a way to be able to pay and apply for business licenses online. And in 2023, the city is transitioning to an online portal to both receive renewal applications for business licenses, as well as pay for business licenses online with a credit card or debit card.
And it really started when COVID began. People were really needing to transact and do business with the city in a new, efficient, electronic, not in-person way. And it took some time to get to this point, to be able to bring to the businesses in Santa Barbara an efficient online way to file their annual business license tax remittance and also pay their tax in a way that's electronic. So with this program, businesses will be able to log into their own portal, be able to enter their information to be able to calculate the tax that they owe for their business license, and then be able to pay their tax online with a credit card. So it really reduces time. It makes the process so much more transparent and efficient, and it allows for an electronic payment.
We all know time equals money. And if you're able to save the time and effort of having to make a trip to City Hall in person and be able to renew or pay your business license online, that is a direct economic benefit.
So we are very fortunate to be able to implement this great new program in a great partnership that we have with our consultants, the Avenue Muni Services consultants, that the city has actually worked with for decades. They support us in a variety of different ways with our general tax collection, auditing, and compliance services, and they have implemented this online program for many, many cities and municipalities throughout the country. And so we're leveraging their expertise and their depth of resources to be able to provide customer service to the businesses in Santa Barbara. We've been able to push out communication in both English and in Spanish. We have information on the city's website.
Visit the city's website after the new year to pay your annual business license online. That does it for this edition of City Connection. Thanks for watching. We're always there for you online at santabarbaraca.gov. We'll see you next time.